I wrote this song for working people, and I put it on my last record, and I almost didn't put it on there because it's a really personal song for me, and you think that it might not translate, but it turns out there's working people everywhere. You might know them. They look a lot like you. This is about sticking up for what you believe in. My daddy worked the high steel with the wind, the weld, and the climb. He's got red-winged boots with his jeans tucked in to work on a picket line. When the work bell rang, he answered every time. My daddy worked the high steel, his daddy worked the line. He said he was a greaser, jamming Jerry Lee in his 55. The war had been won, he was an only son, the whole world felt so alive. He met the girl that he'd marry at the grill by the Diamond Five, and he got a union card. He had a car to drive. And I learned from him that working ain't no sin, 'cause working people built your town, whatever town you're in. And they lost their hearing to the clanging beams of that shrieking shop floor wine. My daddy worked the high steel, his daddy worked the line. When times get tough, those times we'll do, like a Bob Fella fastball riding up and in to make it 2-2. He always digs back in, 'cause that's all there is to do. And he'd stand for me, he'd do the same for you. So you can quote Ayn Rand, or promise that you'll take us back in time. So you can open up a factory turning Bible quotes into campaign lines. But mister, if you're wondering why I don't believe you when you're lying, my daddy worked the high steel, his daddy worked the line. And on it goes, and everybody knows that working people built this land. It didn't sprout from a pot of gold. So hey, toupee, a Dorian Gray, just quit your endless crying. My daddy worked the high steel, his daddy worked the line. Well, I ain't smart, but I tell you what I know. If you ever try and tell my old man what to do, he's gonna tell you where to go. With love in his heart and steel in his spine, my daddy worked the high steel, his daddy worked the line. My daddy worked the high steel, his daddy worked the line.